And then I guess we'll do our big review of the week, which is not even going to be that big probably because it's a short movie. But we'll talk about Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2, Rodrick Rules, the 2022 animated version.
Oh yeah.
So what are our first impressions?
They're back.
Yep, they're back for more.
Yeah.
Better than ever.
Wow.
You liked it better than...
No, I don't. Kind of.
Just saying things.
I'm just saying things. Yes.
I'm just saying.
Like, what thoughts?
Best
movie ever, worst movie ever?
It was very much
So I have to
a
choose
meh
between
moment for me. I was like, damn, that was a movie.
that was a movie of all time.
Yes, one of the movies of all time.
Yeah, I also think it was just like average movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Really
even bad,
cool.
just average.
It's
Yeah,
not like
I mean,
bad.
Because I also I gave the first one, I think, a 5 out of 10. I think that was like it's an
Yeah.
average movie. I think this is about the same
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
because it has
It feels about the
improvements, but also drawbacks.
Hmm.
So I feel like when I average it out, it's about the same as the last movie.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about acting and the voice acting, I guess.
Yeah.
same. I didn't pay it to be honest.
Greggy being the Greg that he is.
The one thing I noticed is the mum's mic was improved. Do you remember in the last movie? For some
Oh my
reason, in the
God.
last movie,
Yeah.
the mum's mic was like really fucked when they were recording it. So her like audio just sounded really weird.
I don't remember actually, but like
Yeah, because
Okay.
we guessed that they recorded it during lockdown, so overdubs were done from home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe,
That's what we speculated. Yeah.
I did notice something weird. I assume it's more of a direction thing than like the voice actors. But everyone delivered their dialogue like this, where character would say one thing, the other person would wait 10 seconds and then say their line, and there was a lot of awkward silences. I was like, is it meant to be like a joke? Is it a punchline or something? Is this where audience laughs? But no, there's a lot of awkward silences.
Just slow, I guess.
Yeah, it was just like really slow delivery. A lot of wait for the other person to say their line and say it, you know? Like, bro, this ain't slam poetry. What are you doing?
It's so the kids can pay attention, or they can. They need more time to process the
Or
words.
it's like trying to recreate what your mind goes through when you're reading a book, because the kids reading these books, they can't read one line without going back and it's like, oh wait, what was the last line again?
Damn, let's just done like a little recap.
If you read slow, you gotta appeal to the audiences who read slow, so you gotta talk slow.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually didn't like the voice acting. I don't know if it was just every line kind of sounded weird. I don't know. Yeah.
that was just, they be speaking.
I think the theme of this review can be it just felt unnatural.
Yeah. We'll get into more of that with like animation stuff. In terms of the writing, I think the story is a little bit better this time around because it's like brotherly bond and shit. But also the dialogue's all just really bad.
They do be.
There's not any good dialogue here. All the dialogue sounds unnatural and weird.
I think
I like the father who just all he says is like, fuck, why are these kids bonding? Why are my sons bonding, bro? They should be able to stick up for themselves, okay? Stop bonding. It was just some dumb shit, bro. Yeah.
To be fair, they should have played more into that and been like, what did my brother ever do for me? But that wasn't in the original book, was it?
Yeah, also the dad never addresses his brother at all. It's
Nah.
Greg finds out about that through the grandfather.
Because
minus spoilers here. But you don't really care.
But it's like, if you've read, I feel like most people will have read the book if they're gonna go watch the film.
I feel like the people who read the book years ago and haven't revisited it since. Because I'm gonna assume, is Diary of a Wimpy Kid popular to kids nowadays? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it is. I don't see it.
I am not in touch with the kids anymore. I've
still in the
them.
shelves of
It's still on the shelves, yeah.
and
But I don't think it's like front center shelving as it used to be. I see stuff like Bluey.
Blue is the
Blu-ray.
new kid on the block.
Yeah.
But I feel like, yeah, there's going to be new audiences that are going to be like, what was I trying to say? I already forgot what I was going to say. There's audiences that will want to watch it because
Reminds them of their childhood.
well, or they just that would be them revisiting it. But for the new audiences, it's like they haven't seen, they've heard about the book, I guess, and they want to watch it in a form that's more digestible than reading a book. Because God knows no one will pick up a book these days, right? Am I right?
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah,
But also perhaps
But
like
I also don't see people who don't know who aren't like super familiar with the source material watching these movies. I feel like, and also as like
in a twisted sense of logic, I can almost imagine these kids that read these books growing up, who now have kids, are giving the movie to their kids. So it's like, this is a good idea. Hey, kid, relive my childhood.
well, I mean, I
But
think
it's bad.
the actual
It's average. I mean,
would the target audience of the books have been kids our generation, or is it the generation before?
What? The book? So what?
The books. I can't remember when they came out. I assume they were early 2000s.
Yeah, it's 2000 kids, but like
that's what was when it was
I was
popular.
still reading it. Like,
We were reading it.
Yeah.
because from the contents of the book, it's very pre-internety. You know?
Which is one thing that this movie, it's
Kind of
weird.
updates.
You
a
know
bit.
that these movies are set in the modern day.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
phones. So, smart.
And there's lots of jokes and stuff that I'm like, this wouldn't have been in the book because it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah, I was just say, like, if the fans of the book, I don't think fans of the book would watch this because they've already got their movies, and that's the classic movies.
OG.
Don't
The
go
first one
rewatching
came
something
out.
you've
It
read.
wasn't the first like animated one came out. It wasn't that good, and I don't think it even did well numbers wise. Don't really know why this
100%
movie
didn't.
came out because it might make back its budget because I assume it doesn't have a high budget, but like, yeah,
It's just trying to appeal to a new generation.
I guess. Like,
That's the
I
way
don't
that
know, yeah.
works or not.
Well, it's clearly a kids' movie. So it's
Clearly.
meant for
Yeah.
kids of today's world.
But I assume people our age, like, because like we didn't even want to watch it. We were just watching it for review's sake, right?
Yeah.
And as like a sequel to
To the
we've
other
reviewed
review
this
that we
before.
before. That's
Yeah.
like the main, to say like, yeah, the book readers like us, I assume we haven't like read one of these for years, right?
No.
Especially the one like the
I've only
second
ever
one.
read the first two
Yeah,
and had like a doodle book.
yeah, I
That's all I've
really
ever
do.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's like the weird. I don't really remember much of this.
Everything was
But,
coming
yeah.
back to me as I was reading it. Okay, this is a weird detail for me to remember, but they didn't include Grandpa's watercress salad.
Damn, dude.
They replaced it with milk. Did they replace it with? Yeah, they replaced the watercress salad with milk, I think.
Yeah,
I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that was how it was.
yeah, yeah. So like, while we're still in writing, I don't really like Greg in this. I don't think he's not really meant to be likable in the books though either. He's a bit of a psychopath.
Bit of a kid.
He's less of a psychopath in this one
Kid's a
than the last
psychopath.
movie.
He's less of a psychopath in this one,
Mm.
but he just doesn't capture the spirit of Greg. You know, he's
as
not really
wimpy.
that wimpy.
Greg
He's
has
just
spirit.
like fucking annoying kid, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like in those original movies, you know, like all of this catastrophe and stuff, and you feel that embarrassment, you know, and it's just like on this movie, you got like one sequence of him running around doing some shenanigans. I'm like, okay, that's kind of it.
Mm.
well, if you watch a live action thing, it's more relatable than unnatural animation.
Yeah.
Is that a segue? Can it be a segue?
I'm just thinking of
Yeah. Any more writing stuff we have to touch on?
You know what? I'm happy that it's only an hour and 10 minutes.
Yes.
Because I
100%.
didn't want to watch a full length movie.
That's all it needs to be. To be
Yeah.
honest, it captured everything that the book needed to capture in that time.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It has emotional beats that felt no impact on me because kind of everything that they do is kind of dumb. I don't know, yeah. And just like none of the dialogue was working, so every like conversation felt hollow as fuck. So it's just like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie just lacked heart, I feel. To really make it work. But I think it is, in the regards of writing, I think it is a little bit better than the previous. But
I feel like in a sense, the insaneness of Greg in the last movie makes it, I guess, funnier or more enjoyable to me than this one, the current one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this one's just like, dare I say, mid stuff, just mid things happening.
Mid things, bro.
Well, yeah, mid. Mundane. Just very mundane, you feel me? What's a word for that?
You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
I get what she's saying. I get what she's saying.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, so Sunny touched on it before. We'll talk about like cinematography, visuals, animation.
That doesn't really matter. It's all about the same.
I think the animation is slightly worse than the last movie, which would make sense because I assume their budget probably dropped.
I thought that their animation was slightly better in the way, because the last film had a lot of like, because I remember we were talking about the animation. It was like, you don't have the budget to animate this stuff, so why bother animating like really unnatural looking water and fluid?
Oh, that was the one that I was like, why are there such high quality water?
Yeah.
And no, they do have moments like that in this one. They have some
not
reflections.
As much is my thought.
Not as much.
Which is because I didn't really pay attention to the film to begin with. But it wasn't as frequent or as jarring enough for it to stand out as a bad thing that was happening repeatedly. Cutting down on that made it better, in my opinion.
Yeah,
by doing less.
For me, I was like, well, I thought the character designs would, I don't know, this doesn't make sense, but more noticeable this one to make me go, oh, they're so ugly, bro. Like, who would animate this? Everyone looks so unnatural and weird, and it's like you can't really translate the drawings of the fucking books to this animation, to this 3D animation.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Yeah. What fucking kid looks like Greg, bro?
Greg.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. A very obscure Southeast Asian reference catered towards Malaysians, Singaporeans, and Indonesians. A kid called Ipin from the series Upin and Ipin. He has a bald head and one strand of hair going up, but Greg has 3.
Yeah.
That sounds really familiar to me.
I remember Nelson talking about this.
Yeah, Nelson and I talked about it.
Yeah.
And I might have mentioned it like once sometime. But it's a show about it's a Malaysian show about these twin kids, and they're both bald.
Mm-hmm.
One guy's actually bald, the second guy has one strand of hair.
Nice.
And it's a 3D cartoon, and they just run around doing shit.
That's just
causing shenanigans, so it's pretty mad.
Yeah. I have 2 Wimpy kids.
Yeah.
But with less hair.
Oh, and fun thing is they're what's it called? They're orphans.
Nice. Moving on.
Yeah, but I thought the animation this was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All around.
Cool.
Yeah.
Audio
music.
It's that fucking
loaded diaper.
The only thing we can say is that you didn't fuck up from last time.
Yeah.
And I guess you had some musical element.
Oh yeah.
So
it has dedicated that quirky upbeat music that was, I think, in the first one.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's just like if a circus played music.
Or clown music.
Like genuinely, there was one scene where it was just like clown music.
Clown.
Oh no, it was action music.
Sorry.
So if
Right.
clowns did action music,
By the way, do we even do a spoiler section? Because like, there's nothing in this thing that I particularly want to talk about.
I just want to mention Rick
I'll talk
rolling.
about one thing for a joke.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh, if we want spoilers, then can you pass me my bag, or at least open up the back pocket?
To
of
be
it?
honest, I don't
Alright,
have
never
the
mind.
effort to do this for this review, but I was gonna do it
Literally
anyway.
right there.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to be
My
like,
bag's literally right
it's gonna
there.
be a
It's
joke,
like-
mate. I was gonna be like, just for this review, I don't feel it. But I was gonna.
Still
Bitches.
talking.
Spoiler
Spider-Man.
zone. This isn't really a spoiler, but I think they have a couple of things to say. But like, yeah, Theo, you could go ahead and start.
In one, in one bit, Greg put on a record, and that record contains something quite British, you know. A funny track by a famous world-renowned artist.
A famous
Richard.
ginger.
Yes,
Richard.
Richard. What's his name? Richard Astley. Richard Astley.
Astley?
Astley. He's a
Astley.
Astley.
Richard
Astley.
Astley. And his.
You went from British to American.
I was trying to say Ars.
Ours.
Yeah,
and then
ours.
you enunciated it
Yeah.
like an American.
Yeah.
And his hit track,
Never.
Never Gonna Give You Up. And then he proceeded to dance
Dance.
along.
And he did the.
He did the music video dance.
Okay.
That part did make me go.
And he, with like a blank face.
Yeah, he did. It was quite
If you
amusing.
remember. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't even remember that.
And that's an extra layer of obscureness that happened in that scene.
I was literally gonna text you guys.
Yeah.
I'm getting rickrolled right now, but I just didn't even have the effort to do that, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good on you.
And then I
Good
felt
on
that
you.
scene, the Rick rolling went along for like 10 seconds too long. And I was like,
How long was the scene?
yeah,
10
I don't know,
seconds?
like 2 minutes. Wait,
Yeah.
actually, it wasn't even a minute. I don't remember. But I felt like, hey, this went along long enough.
The
Please
joke,
stop.
the joke there should have been that scene went on for like 2 minutes. That was 2 minutes too long.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
For real.
Um,
You
What
know.
did you want to address?
now it's become two things because I just remembered Greg Heffley did the fucking Rick Astley dance.
Yeah.
So when Mum went on stage and danced, what was that? Was that an actual dance
the
from like
bunny
TikTok or some shit?
dance.
I will say, like, to be fair, that is a thing for the book.
I know,
So
but the specific dance she did reminded me of like,
it was
the
a mocap
gritty.
dance, bro.
did the mum hit the gritty on stage?
Oh, she probably hit the gritty, to be honest. She probably did. Damn, hit the
I
gritty
don't
for
even know
Ukraine.
what hit the gritty means. I was just saying that because that's a word.
Bunny dance.
She for real hit the gritty for
Yeah.
Ukraine, bro.
I also
Okay,
really
she
want to. Well, it'd be cruel, but I would want my friend who's a drummer to come watch this. Well, just to watch this film, just so I
Yeah,
can get
just
his
force it on
opinion
him.
on the drum. Like, well, there's like 1.5 drum scenes,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
then his brother's like, "Whoa, little bro, you could actually do this."
Well,
And
he
then,
said he had potential,
you have potential, little bro.
which I say it's a fair thing to say to anyone who, I don't know, hit Tom, I don't know.
He can hit
Yeah, I didn't
toms.
think he was being sincere when he said that.
He might be
I didn't
sarcastic,
think.
but
To me, it felt like he was trying to be sincere.
Because he had that creepy grin on his face, bro.
The creepy
got some
grin, as in, I can take advantage of this kid. I think. At
what
least-
I
Is
took
that what
out
you
of
think
that,
about a
that
lot?
was
it's very groomer.
It's
And
all-
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that the sort of thing you go out and you're like, oh, I can take advantage. Okay, I'm gonna stop. That was a
Alright,
bad
continue.
joke.
It was only
I'm gonna get
groomer
cancelled, bro.
when you two talked about it.
Bro. I'm gonna get
we're
cancelled
trying to
for that
protect you from potential people trying to take you out of context, which is
By
us.
taking a bullet for
joke.
me.
Yeah, bro. We're the
Y'all
ones
took the
taking you out of
bullet for
context,
me.
bro.
I haven't even had the chance to confirm or deny whether I was trying to.
Yo, are you gonna make this into a short? Is this gonna be a TikTok?
Yeah, sure.
And then it can be overlaid with the mum hitting the gritty. You know?
He laughed.
I break to you. I break to you.
You're getting fucked. Right.
And everyone, take 5. Take 5.
That was the most emotional response we've got from Dio and anything.
Oh my
Alright, that's
Yeah.
god. Tell me about it. Oh my
what
god.
were you saying? You're being a groomer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have another?
Yeah,
point?
the actual like talent show. And then everyone going crazy because wow, Greg can play drums. It did not sound musical to me.
Yeah.
That was-
I think it was somewhat on
It-
beat.
On
You know,
me,
like it's rhythmic.
yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I think it was also just meant to be shit. Like, exploited diapers meant to be shit.
yeah. But also, this is the crowd actually cheering him like, "Whoa, you can drum, little dude!
Yeah, there was
You're a
also the
legend!
old ladies in the crowd going like, "This kid creep."
This kid creep, but he can play drums." It'd be funny to see someone who's actually drummer be just watching this and be like, "Why is this impressive?"
No, the drummer would be there sitting. Damn, I wish I was
I think it
special.
was meant to be impressive. At least in the bit where you said you had potential. It's more like, oh, you had the potential to learn to play drums.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that was the but for the talent show.
Yeah,
that to me
that's
was
what-
like,
yeah.
okay, why?
hmm
Oh, so I think the MVP of this movie was Maddie, that little fucking kid.
Oh yes.
I feel like he needs more scenes where he fucks things up.
Yeah, because he's the only voice where I was like, oh, this is kind of funny.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Manny diarrhea. Funny.
Yes.
No, he was puking, bro.
Was he puking?
He was
Yeah, it was a
puking.
puking, but it was a stomach bug.
Yeah. Because he threw up and then he was like, Maddie, I'm better now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Manny.
I still can't get over the fact that you broke him.
Yeah.
Because that image all combining together in my head, I'm like, what? It's created like a short circuit, bro.
Damn, dude. All right.
Thinking about it again.
All right. I feel like we've thought enough about this movie. Shall we just get into the verdict?
Let's go. Let's go.
Starting off with the.
Yeah. Oh, no. What happened? What happened to you?
I need a breather.
I still can't get over it.
Damn.
Greggy.
Gronk.
What is happening?
I'd give it a 5.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
about that
hit
dead
the
hand delivery was
grid,
funny
yo.
to me.
Yeah. Sunny.
I would just say this review has been fun. If I could rate this episode, I'd give it a 9 because I thoroughly enjoyed laughing at this film. I'll give it a 5.
He gives it a 9.
Take me out of context. Edit it, swap it around.
I'm gonna give this one a fucking 4, dude. I
Fair
should have
enough.
given the last one like a 4. I'm thinking about it more.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't really like this one.
Cool. Enough said.
Yes, it's
4.6, 4.7.
Yeah.
Close enough.
And that's our thoughts on the hit movie, Rodrick Rules. Hi, you guys are listening to a highlight clip from the Unholy Trinity podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Music, link in the description.
Apple Music.
Welcome to Apple. Yes,
It's a
I'm
fucking
Apple
same thing,
Music.
God